Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the Average Joe Dividends YouTube channel. If you've been following this journey, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe so that you do not miss future videos. Also, please click the like button to help grow this channel and get the word out on dividend growth investing. Getting paid just for owning stocks. This is what dividend growth investing is all about. My main objective of this video is to show a replicable way of building an ever-growing and reliable income stream, one that does not have to rely on the volatility of the stock market. You simply own the shares of successful companies and you're automatically paid. In this video, I'm going to show you the dividends I received for the month of June. Hard to believe that June is nearly over. We're going into July. And just to let you know, I'm a buy and hold investor and I buy more shares every week. And the reason I do these videos, again, is I like to show you guys the dividends you can expect from a portfolio this size, as well as how those dividends grow over time. What we're looking at right now, this is my taxable M1 stock brokerage account. We can see the current value very close to that $250,000 mark. We can see the performance over the last year and the dividends earned over the last year, almost $10,000. But in the future, though, my future dividends are much higher than that. We'll look at the 1 month performance. Since I do these videos monthly for the dividend recap, we can see we're up 1.73%, so heading in the right direction. And there's one thing I want to show you. If you're an M1 user, that they have updated a new way of handling your dividends. And in the past, what you had to do is you had to manually direct those dividends back into the stock if you wanted to drip those dividends. Otherwise, when you got a $25 balance in your portfolio and you had auto invest on, it was going to put it into where things were, depending on your allocation. If something was lower, it was going to put the money there. So they have 4 different options, and right now I have it set for reinvest the underlying security, so it's going to go right back into that stock. So it's going to drip them, and we'll see that we have buys that are automatically set up for Monday. And so let's go into the activity log, because I want to show you guys actual proof that I received the dividends that I did for the month of June, and then we'll count those up, and we'll look at past performance as well to show you that I'm receiving more and more dividends as I drip these dividends and reinvest. So we're going to do dividends only, and we can see here we have more than a page worth, so you're going to have to click on the next here to start this. I'm just going to read them off just to show you that these went into my account. And again, what I do is I reinvest these dividends right back into the stock from which it was received. So I'll receive more and more dividends. So we can see here Black Hills, the 2520 is going to be higher the next month, in 3 months from now, because these are quarterly payers. At least most of them are. 2 of my stocks, they are monthly payers, and I'll point those out. So Black Hills was first up on the 3rd with $25.20, and then Pinnacle West on the 3rd, $7.23, and then Aflac, $9.37, and then Kroger, $4.49. Kroger just had a 10% dividend increase. And then on the 6th, Southern Company, $7.10. Yum Brand, $6.77. Amgen, $11.97. Exxon, $11.79. Go to the previous page. Go to the bottom. And then Prudential, nice dividend, $45.23. Microsoft, $5.61. And then Home Depot, $9.41. Avista on the 14th, $26.02. O Realty, this is a monthly pair, $12.73. Hershey's, $8.18. McDonald's, $11.73. Duke Energy, $14.08. Qualcomm, $6.93. Waste Management, $6.50. BlackRock, $9.52. Lockheed Martin, $4.70. Travelers $4.71, Pepsi $14.54, Union Pacific $5.14, Nvidia got a whole 40 cents there, and then FNF $8.60, Digital Realty $8.05, BST $476.37. This is a monthly payer, so this one hits me like a little paycheck every single month. And what I'm doing is I'm going to reinvest this back into BST, and this is going to be even higher in the month of July. Broadcom $6.99 to wrap up all the dividends. One thing we're missing though is we are missing SCHD. They usually pay in the last month of the quarter, but this is one of those years where SCHD is going to be paying in July. It's going to kind of throw my dividends off a little bit, but I'll explain that momentarily, or short term. It's going to look like Q2 is going to be lower for me, but Q3 is going to be really high for my dividends. And so I'm going to go over to my tracking sheet. So we're going to show all these added up. I transferred all these amounts over to the sheet. We'll do a quick count up, and we'll also look at what the next dividends are going to be and show you where SCHD is going to be. So this is my Google Docs spreadsheet. I'll leave a link below so you can see everything that's in my portfolio. I'll also leave a link below to my M1 stock portfolio as well. We can see all these amounts are here, and here's what the next dividend is going to be. And this is a result of dividend drips and me buying more fractional shares as well. But you can see all these are higher, with the exception of the 29th, which is when these actually went to my account, which is today, Saturday. And that's because I have not reinvested these dividends yet. They have not been dripped in, so they're the same amount. And then Nvidia, that 40 cents is not enough for me to drip in. If it was $1, then I could drip it in, but not such a big deal, because you can see Nvidia only pays a penny per share. So the 40 cents, we'll see where it gets reinvested. But one of these days I'll probably be buying more Nvidia shares as well. But you can see my cost basis in Nvidia, so I'm not in a huge hurry to buy more shares, because I've nearly 10x'd my initial investment of the 553 is now nearly $5,000. So we'll do a quick count up on these dividends right here. And again, this is a lot lower than I was expecting because of SCHD, with that 958 carrying over into July instead of adding up into this column. But I'll show you what it would be in a second with SCHD. So we can see $769.36. Let's take a look and see if that 958.20, which I'm going to be receiving from SCHD on Tuesday, we'll just see if it would have paid in June, what that would have been. And it would have been $1,727.56. And that would be incredible. And we can see here, how much SCHD has paid me prior as well. So let's go ahead and we will jump into my dividend tracker tab, and I'll show you what I mean, how it's going to throw my numbers off with the Q2, Q3. It really doesn't make a big difference, even though it kind of threw it a couple days, but it's just going to really skew my Q2 and Q3 numbers here. So this tracking sheet, this shows the portfolio value starting in January 2021. This is why I started doing these videos and kind of chronicling this dividend journey on YouTube. You can see the portfolio value was and where we are at right now. We're close to $250,000, and this is the dividends paid. And you can see, like in last June, I was over $1,300, and it looks like bad news that I'm at $769. But again, I would have been at the $1,700 mark, and that would have blown away the December 2023 and the March 2024 amounts, because when you have a lot of companies in your portfolio, most of them pay in the last month of the quarter. And a lot of these ETFs like VU, VTI, and SCHD is no exception, but they're pushing it to the July, and my VTI, VU, all those are paying in July as well. So I just wanted to point that out. So what it's going to do is in July I'm going to have massive dividends, and you can see the quarter-on-quarter decrease. It looks like right now on paper, but it's not really true. And that's because of SCHD, and the reason for that skewing so hard is SCHD is the largest position in my portfolio by far at $90,000 of that $247,000. But we're going to see in Q3 this is going to recover, and it's going to look artificially high while this looks artificially low. But one thing we'll go over really quickly is my average monthly dividend went up significantly in June, and that's because of SCHD. And we can see a month-over-month gain in my monthly dividend income of nearly 10% as well, and the annual dividend getting close to that $12,000 mark. And I added $1,039 in dividend income annually, and here's my deposits for the month of June. And we can see, we'll scroll down here, we'll see what moved my monthly income in June. And there were some little things in here, and there were some major things. We can see things like Low had a dividend increase. You can see deposits along the way. Drips had a very small dividend increase. Caterpillar had a nice 8% dividend increase. So when you're receiving dividends, as long as you're invested in companies that increase their dividend year over year, like a Caterpillar, and even like an Exxon, O Realty, things like that, your dividend income is going to increase regardless of even buying more shares. And even if you don't drip, your dividend income will increase as well. But if you do drip and you do deposit, you're going to just increase that snowball that much quicker. We can see things like more deposits in here, more drips. General Mills had a 1.7% dividend increase, but really moved the needle was SCHD. That huge dividend increase from 61 cents to 82 cents. I don't know of anybody who is expecting 82 cents. I was guessing like 68 cents, which tells me, or at least I'm predicting in Q3, I don't think we're going to get 82 cents. We'll see. It could be even back in the 60 cent range or low 70s. Who knows? But I'm not expecting another 82 cents in Q3. And then Kroger, like I said before, had that nice 10% dividend increase. And here's my deposit. And the train just keeps on rolling and going into July, preparing for all these drips that I received over the weekend. And then I'm going to do my $100 deposit. So on Monday, you'll see another video of the result of that. We're going to see how much that increases my monthly income. And then in the second, I'm going to get SCHD with that dividend, as well as Coca-Cola, Allstate, ADP with those drips too. And then it keeps going again. On the third, I'm going to get a dividend from Kimberly-Clark. So you can just see it doesn't stop with the dividend income going up and the dividend income just rolling into my account. It's crazy. It just keeps snowballing and snowballing. You can see it firsthand in my videos, and I'm sure you guys who are dividend investors as well, you can attest to this too. So to wrap up this video, I'm going to go to my total net worth and just kind of recap that, and that just keeps going up as well. And my dividend portfolio here in M1, my taxable account, this is about 15% of my total net worth, and this is what I spend most of my time talking about, and that is represented just in this one box here. But you can see what else I'm invested in as well. I have an IRA here at Vanguard at $257,000, small Roth brokerage account, and we can see here I have a taxable stock brokerage account here, and this I'm invested in boring ETFs at Vanguard. And then here's my current 401k with my current employer at 87k. This represents about 4 years of working, just to let you know. And then you can see I'm mostly invested in the S&P 500 fund, and this is my prior work, my decades, about 25 years or a little bit less of prior work in this IRA here at M1 at $645,000. And you can see M1, I have a few $100 just here that I just used to deploy. I may be putting more into that because it's a 5% interest rate. And right now, my current emergency fund is parked at Synchrony. You can see what that is. That covers more than a year of my expenses. I know a lot of Americans can't even cover $1,000 expense, and that's reality. It was a reality for me too when I began my career, when I had student debt and credit card debt, things like that. But seeing things in the business world, rounds and rounds of layoffs, people losing their jobs in tough times, that kind of taught me to have that emergency fund in case something was going to happen. I was kind of scared straight, seeing other people getting laid off. Luckily, I dodged all those bullets, and that was just becoming a dedicated worker and saying yes to things while others were saying no, and working a little bit extra and putting in the extra effort. And here is where I park my more short-term money at Capital One. And then here's my home value here, and here's my liabilities. Here's my current credit card balance. This is a balance I pay off every single month. I do not carry a balance, but that's what it's up to right now. And then here's my current mortgage outstanding value. I'd like to pay this thing off. I think probably 2-3 years. I'm going to probably aggressively pay that off. We'll see. Total net worth, and this of course fluctuates like crazy. And I'm going to scroll over here, and just so you're curious, I haven't put my total expenses in here yet for June because not quite done. Have a couple more days in June, but my W-2 income is complete there, and I like to put my expenses in and see what that gap was. But that doesn't include my other things that I do, like a little tiny bit of YouTube income as well as doing surveys. But I try to mine that gap with my W-2 income and my expenses. And I also track, you can see the dividends received from my investments. Haven't received the dividends from the bonds over here yet, as well as in my 401k. You can see so far over $2,000 has been received, but it's not quite done yet. So that will go up. But we'll look at like last June, where SCHD did pay in there, and everything else is complete. And if everything had paid at the same time, all my ETFs, instead of pushing to early July, this number would be higher for June 2024. It would be much higher than the 6,026 I received last year. So July 2024 is going to be huge. It's going to be much, much bigger than July 2023 at the $2,500 mark. And that's counting up all the interest in savings accounts as well as IRA, 401k income as well. And I urge you to look at that as well, so you can maybe plan out your retirement. Look at your income from your 401k, IRAs, etc., and even from your interest from your savings account. And lastly, we can see the breakdown of my net worth, mostly in stocks, a little bit home equity cash, and very little in bonds. Bonds just don't seem like a compelling investment to me right now. I'd rather carry the cash at the 4.755% interest rate. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think of bonds. Also, let me know what your June dividends look like as well. So that's all I had to show you guys was the dividends I received for the month of June, primarily in my dividend portfolio, because the rest of it has not quite paid out yet. But the focus is mainly on the M1 portfolio. So thanks for sticking to the end of this video. If you got value from this video, please click the like button. Also subscribe so you do not miss future videos. For example, on Monday I will be doing my Monday buy video. So I hope everyone has a great weekend, and everybody take care.